You guys at Seattle don't really run like a traditional like just one tight end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like tight end by committee, right? It's
Yeah.
like Will Dissly, Colby Parkinson. How important is it for you to like capitalize on the opportunities that you get, when you get the chance to make the plays?
Man, it's a huge thing for me. Because I still view myself as a top echelon tight end in the league. So it's like,
for sure.
Yes, sir.
I got to take advantage of every single, and it puts more pressure on it, right? But I got to take advantage of every single opportunity I have to keep my production in the same playing field as some of these other guys that are not having to go by committee, right?
Yeah,
that are just getting all of the tight end targets. So that's put a little bit of extra, like, it's really kind of boosting my confidence in myself a little bit, because it's like, dog, if I can do this with
this much
opportunity,
right?
Dog, if I get into a situation where it's like, hey, you're the guy, let's go eat. Not saying that I don't like the situation I'm in, but like,
for sure.
if I get in a situation like some of these other guys have, man, watch out.
Watch out.
I feel that very deeply, because I've looked at that, and it's but to answer your question, by committee, it's been a good experience, honestly.
Yeah.
I've gotten to learn a lot. Being in 13 personnel is always fun, always a good thing. And I play with two guys, and Will and Colby, that I have a lot of respect for. I think they're great players. And we always like bouncing ideas off of each other and trying to get better. And it's like and we said this early on, right at the start of the season. It's like, we should be the best tight end room in the league.
Oh yeah.
All around, like, we should be the best tight end room. That goes with production, that goes with blocking, that goes with everything. Like, the most well-rounded, best tight end room in the league. So that's always the goal, and that's always the where we're going. So
y'all push each other like a lot, like.
I think so. It always comes down to competition, right?
Because
you're always gonna be
like,
man, come on, get me out there, whatever
get you
it may
better.
be, right? So it always pushes you to keep getting better each day, and to have that fire and it, like, keep pushing. So that's been one of the benefits of it, right? It keeps me hungry and like just almost like
not complacent,
not complacent at all. Every day, it's like I always got that hunger in my gut, and that's been something that's been different, but been good for me for sure.
And then going into your contract year, I'm curious, how do you detach from like those thoughts and feelings and emotions about that and just focus on ball?
That's tough. That's a tough thing. That's a very tough thing. It's just like, at the end of the day, winning is the most important thing, right? We want to win games. I'll always feel like we gonna win more games if I've got the rock in my hand.
Absolutely.
But, winning is the most important thing. There's gonna be games that you don't get as many touches. There's gonna be games you get a lot of touches. So my biggest thing is like excluding all like the thoughts on free agency and all that. Take advantage of when those opportunities come.
Absolutely.
And make big plays when they do. And it's like, I started off my season saying that also, as like, make as many catch as many balls, make as many blocks, and break as many tackles as I can. If I do that, and I'm doing that on a consistent basis, we're gonna be set up straight once free agency comes around. So
controlling what you can control.
Exactly.
That's all you can do.
Yeah,
that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, you were saying like scheme, system, and stuff like that. If you look at all the top tight ends, right, the guys that they talk about the most, right, I think scheme matters, right? So you got the Kelsey and Mahomes, the Goddards and Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, right? How excited are you to be with a guy like Geno, where like he could take your game and you put your name and cement your name as like, yo, when you talk about top tight ends in the league, because you have the talent to do so. It's not a talent thing, right? How excited are you to finally, I feel like, be in that situation where you can do that? That's
a super good question, actually, because like, I'm super excited, and the crazy thing is that I've had those conversations with Geno. Like, he sees that for me also, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he sees those things. That's like, and touching back to what I said, that's what makes it easy to fight for him, right? Like, he sees a vision for me, kind of like how Iowa saw a vision for me. It's like, man, I want to be that. I want to be that so bad, but it's like, at the end of the day, if we're winning, we're good. I'm going to develop that with Geno over time, right? Like, that consistency comes back into play with that. We're going to develop that. But let's win games and let's get, this shit popping on the field, and we're going to figure that out as time goes.
As time goes on.
So, yeah.
But definitely, it's actually crazy, but how much scheme and like how they set things up for people like that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It matters
like,
so much.
It matters because you were just like, don't let me be in the right seat.
Yeah.
You know, it's true.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's the NFL though. Like a lot of it is situation, a lot of it is scheme. Like we were talking about before this. Like if you're this player on this team that doesn't run what you're good at, then it's like it might mess you up a little bit. And even going into scheme, like your offense is crazy. Like you, Geno, DK, Jackson, and then you got Tyler Lockett. Like y'all are putting up points. What is it that's different about this offense that allows you guys to execute so well? Because I don't think people realize how hard it is to put up 37 points. Like how meticulous you have to be, how on point, how sharp you guys got to be as an offense. Like what is it about this offense?
I think it's just hard to guard everybody. I think that's the biggest thing. I think all of us, I talked to Tyler about this. I think all of us understand, right? It's gonna be hard to feed everybody every game, right?
Yeah.
You don't have enough footballs to go around. So it's like you just gotta make sure you're taking advantage of when you get your opportunities. And we all know that eventually it's gonna come our way eventually, right? But we're putting points up on the board and we're winning games and we're doing all these things the right way and we're competing at a high level. All the rest is gonna take care of itself. Yeah. And I'll die on this hill, but it's like it's gonna be hard to go in the league and find as many weapons as we have on offense on one team.
Right.
Facts.
Like it's like we have a lot of high quality players on our team, and it's a blessing and a curse, right? For our offensive coordinator, especially because it's like, man, like I want to get Jax the ball, I want to get DK the ball. It's only one ball to go around, and then we got K9 and Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. It's like we can't forget about the run game either. So it's like it's a lot to think about. So it's one of those things that you got to wait for the ball to come your way and take advantage of when you get it.
Yeah,
so.
I think a lot of like from the outside looking in, obviously I'm not in the locker room, but a lot of like the players on your offense just they get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about them, it's about the team. Like they're very unselfish. That's what it seems like. It seems like all you guys are like very pro.
Right.
Is that how it is in the locker room?
I definitely say so. I think that the way Pete runs our program, it'll kind of like negates all of that anyway. It's like we're all about winning, all about competing, all about putting your best foot forward every day. And you do that, when those opportunities come, you're going to take advantage of those by having that mindset. So I think that all of our guys on our offense, especially our offensive side, know that, hey, like I was saying, like it might not come to your way all the time, but we're going to do this thing together. And we're going to ball together and win games. So I think that's the most important thing.
And day in and day out, right? You were talking about all those guys on offense and how talented you guys are. What's like the standard that you guys talk about all the time in that offensive staff meeting, or in the offensive room, like all that time? Like, what's the standard that you guys hold yourselves to? Because you guys are super talented, like you said.
Yeah.
But like you said, putting up 37 points or 2 weeks in a row, like that's hard to do.
Right.
So it's like you guys are operating at a high frequency. Like what's your standard like mentality in that room?
I think what keeps that is like, even when you have those 37-point games or 40-point, whatever it may be, is like still identifying your mistakes. It's like, dang, we could have hung 48 instead of 37. It's like identifying those mistakes and saying, hey, we're still going to get better. Like we can't be complacent with this. We could have done X, Y, and Z better to put us score even more points. So I think that's what keeps us going. I think that's what keeps everybody hungry to keep going and keep getting better.